A lot of things that we think about and talk about in our real estate business from a real estate perspective, well, they actually maybe can be derived from, and they can definitely be applied to other corresponding businesses. So sometimes it's good to think maybe high level in our business. Well, from a high level perspective, what's better? Is volume better or is margin better in your business? Because these things are very often at odds with each other in terms of how you actually do the operations. So in real estate, does that make sense? Well, everyone wants to wholesale more and hustle more. But wholesale is a pretty repeatable, simple process, right? And flipping and wholesaling have a lot more operational complexity. They're individual to the product line versus where wholesaling is. But that's all kind of esoteric, right? Let's talk about a different business. Let's talk about batteries, because it's different than houses, right? Well, if I'm selling batteries for the $100 price point, and then I'm going to buy them for $40. Well, now I have a gross profit of $60, right? Well, that's awesome. How much money do I want to make in a day? All right, I want to make $200 a day. So 200 divided by 40, I got to sell 5 batteries a day. Now I'm going to sell 5 batteries to make $200. Well, I got to buy a lot more than 5, right? Because I got an inventory. So now I have to have a lot of batteries. So now, how many different types of car batteries are there? Say there's 10 different types of car batteries. But I don't know, because this is always a variable, I don't know which ones I'm going to sell. So I have to have, there's 10 different types. Well, let's say I have to have 10 of each in stock. So 10 types times 10 equals 100. And now I'm buying these things for $40. So now I got $4 grand inventory to make $200 a day. Not a bad business, but say I want to make $600 a day. So now I got to triple this, right? So I got to triple this, triple this. So now I got to sell 15 batteries a day to make $600. But here's the problem. I can't go and I can't how do I get people coming in to see this, to see my batteries? Do I bring them into the store and they're coming in? Well, now I got to get them to the store, and now this guy wants an install, and this guy's shopping around, this guy's looking at something else. Well, now I got to have an employee. So I'm making $600 a day to sell 15 batteries, but now I have to have an employee. I'm going to pay him $150. So now we're making $450. But we also have to remember our inventory number. Triple this too, because now we're doing that. So now we have 12,000 in inventory that we have to keep. And that's the volume biz, right? That's a pretty straightforward volume biz. So there's 2 solutions to this, right? There's really only 2 options. There's sell them for more, but there's a market cap, right? And that cap for batteries is probably a little bit too high. There's buy them for less. Well, if you buy a certain volume, then you can probably buy them for less. But there's a market floor on your cost of goods sold, right? So this is cost of goods sold, and this is actual sales price. And there's a cap, obviously. Now, there's market, now, something like batteries. There's probably not really a good market cap in a city the size of DFW or something like batteries. But by the time you get into real estate, there's a market cap for the actual volume of deals that anyone can actually physically do. So then we have these constraints we bump into to make this for us. So then what do? Well, we sell a lot more. So we do this business, and maybe we 3x it here, well maybe we 3x it again here. So now we have 36 in inventory, and we have 1,800 in sales, and we have 450 here, and we have whatever this times 3 is. But the problem is this number changes too, because now we have extra operation stuff. Now we have an extra, now we have more overhead. Now we have a bigger space, now we have everything else going on. So that's the fundamental problem with a volume-based business. And it's the fundamental problem, so how does this apply to real estate, right? I guess this is kind of abstract. How does this apply to real estate? But if I'm a single dude and I'm out there hustling, like a lot of folks do when they get into this business, then you bump into operational constraints where you only do so much. Because you don't want to, especially if you're doing multiple stage process like flipping or wholesaling, it's hard to go answer the phone for a sales call. My phone went off actually just a little while ago. Oh, it's right there, it's recording. Anyway, with a lead, so I sent it to an acquisitions guy, and he's working the lead to see if he gets the deal. But if I'm out there and I have to negotiate the lead, and then I want to spend time with my kids, and then I want to play golf, and then I want to drop off paint buckets, and I want to do all this other stuff, then on the wholesale company, you got to start plugging people in to the space, right? You got to start plugging your people in to the space. And it brings down your margin. It brings down the margin on our fictitious battery store right here, but it brings down the margin too in our real estate business, because now we have our acquisitions guy, and we have our dispositions guy, and we have our operations guy, and we have our lead manager guys, plural, and then we have more and more VAs. And we're not even talking about market caps in terms of like how many deals are physically out there to do, because at some point you run out of data if you're doing cold calling, and you run out of the ability to spend more money effectively if you're doing PPC.